Alright, my first video outside. I'm bringing a chair from indoors and let's have a little chat, you know? Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, or if you've never seen my face before, hi, I'm Isis. Something you should know, you probably can tell by now, is I took a gap year. So this video is going to be me talking about my personal experience, as well as just kind of telling you things to keep in mind if this is something that you are already committing to doing or thinking about doing. I think that taking a gap year can be a really amazing thing, but it also can be a very challenging thing, and I'll just tell you about my experience. We'll start from the beginning to now. And I get that like my gap year isn't like officially over, but I mean it feels like it is since I'm so close to going to school. And I should say this, I feel like this video is part 2 to the video that I made back in like November of me just not having a good time. I said it in the video and I'll say it again. I made that video for myself and I'm so happy that I did, because I truthfully feel like once I made that video there was a whole turning point, because it was me finally admitting to myself that there was a problem. Well, maybe I should also say that like trigger warning for like depression, anxiety, that was something I experienced on my gap year. I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll start at the beginning. I knew that I wanted to do the Disney college program. Obviously I didn't, because I'm sitting in my backyard right now. So I wanted to do the Disney college program. I had never had like real like independent experience. Like I never worked or anything because I was so consumed with extracurriculars at my school. Like I was super involved in my high school, and I was the youngest in my class. So I turned 18 during my gap year. I was not 18 during my senior year of high school. So I really committed to the idea of taking a gap year during my junior year of high school, and then COVID hit, so I couldn't go to school. And I feel like truthfully that is when my gap year started. My gap year has not just been, oh, when I graduated to now. Things really got going then, because I was so removed from high school. There was no real way for me to do the extracurriculars in the same way, and having that time of like, okay, I just need to finish up school really was just like, yeah, I don't want to even go to college right now if I'm going to be trapped in a dorm doing Zoom school. But I was still very insistent on doing the Disney college program. I graduated high school in June of 2021, and then summer began, and the same thing goes for this summer. People that are in your class, or the people that are in your age range, or even people you go to school with but aren't in your grade, like younger friends or whatever, everyone's available over the summer. You might have a summer job, they might have like a camp or an internship or something like that, but for the most part, everyone's in this limbo stage of we're not at school, we have more free time than usual, and we all are kind of at like this equal and like transition period of like, oh, I'm transitioning into college, or I'm transitioning into my senior year, things like that. So then September rolled around, and that feeling of, oh, like I can hang out with my younger friends anytime I want went away because they're in school, and my friends that are my age or even older than me, they all started going to college. And so I just had this feeling of, oh my god, I'm alone. Like I felt so incredibly lonely, and I wasn't working at the time. I enrolled in a community college class for video production, which I actually really enjoyed. That was like my savior, because it gave me a reason to be productive, it gave me a reason to do stuff. But overall I still had a lot of free time, and I spent most of the time in my house or hanging out with my friends that I were still in town on the weekends and stuff like that, or after school. In September was also the time that I applied for the Disney college program, and I didn't get in, and it was a massive blow. The reason I didn't get in was not because I'm not qualified for the Disney college program, because I will still say I think I'm very much so qualified. That's something I've been preparing my whole life for. I'm a Disney adult, I'll own it. But because of COVID, they were hiring back all of the kids that got their program cut short. They were like top priority, which is fair. Like if I was in that situation, I would want to resume it. So the Disney college program filled up incredibly fast, and here's this girl that has done not even a full quarter of school yet, hasn't lived alone, just turned 18. Like the odds were not in my favor. Now the reason I took the gap year, pretty much like the main reason, I can't even do. So what do I do with all my time? That's when I started spiraling. I mean, I became extremely depressed again. My anxiety started getting really bad again. I started having like panic attacks again and stuff. It's normal for me, at least, like with my anxiety, to have a panic attack every once in a while. This is something that was happening all the time. I mean, it was not cute. It was really bad. I felt like I couldn't do anything that I loved anymore, and it was just so terribly upsetting. But I also felt like too afraid to come clean to anyone. Obviously, I felt very embarrassed. I felt like such a failure for not getting into the program, so I closed myself off from a lot of people. And I was doing that all the way through till November when I posted that video. And again, super happy I did that because I was able to come clean with myself, and I told my family how I really was doing. I was able to communicate to the people that were in my life on how I was doing. And you might think, you got it under control. Like, clearly after that point, you can look at my YouTube channel. I looked happy, which I was when I came back. I really and truly was, because there was a turning point. That turning point was, I kid you not, the day after I posted that video, my boyfriend at the time broke up with me. And obviously he had the best timing possible, knowing what I was going through, and clearly he was super sensitive towards that. And did it suck at the time? Yes. But sitting here now in the state that I'm in, I'm so happy that is done. I'm so happy that that chapter of my life has closed. It's just a really hard thing to like get a grasp on, because after that happened, I was able to notice, no, this person actually doesn't care about how I'm feeling. This person isn't supporting me. This person really has said terrible things about mental health for me and other people. But getting out of that situation, while it was hard at the time, was so beneficial to me in the long run. But immediately after that happened, I skipped town. I went to Arizona, didn't vlog. My Instagram was deactivated, didn't tell any of my friends. Well, besides like close friends. Oh my God. I needed that trip so badly, and I'm so happy I went. It was so therapeutic to just be in a new place, and I felt very independent, even though I was with my uncle. Doing a trip without my parents made me feel just free for a second. Even though I love and care about my parents, obviously, I felt alone in the right way possible. Arizona was beautiful. We went to Sedona. I rode an ATV. I felt very cool that entire trip. Also, flying alone, I was terrified for, but I ended up loving it. I felt, again, just really cool, really independent. Like, look at me, I'm 18. I'm getting on a plane by myself, going on a trip without my family. And then the trip came to an end, and I had to come back home. And I won't lie, I did cry on the plane ride home. Nobody knows that. I've never told anyone that. When I came home, I really started to put myself out there. I started to ask my friends to hang out. I was like, okay, there's a party happening. Normally I would say no because I'm too depressed, but I am going to go. I just said yes to everything, and I'm so happy that I did. Slowly but surely, I just started feeling back to my old self, and with the time that I had alone, I put it into making YouTube videos or doing something creative. And when I wasn't doing something creative, I was playing Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto saved my life. I beat Vice City in like a week. By the time we reached January and 2022 came around, I just felt like, okay, this is awesome. Clean state, new year. Also, 22 is my lucky number. Weird things have happened to me on 22nds. I've seen the number 22 in like really special ways, and like, oh, that's a great sign. My life path number is 22. My name is 2 sets of I's and 2 sets of S's. 2 sets of 2, okay? My main New Year's resolution was to just continue to put myself out there because it was going so well for me in the late part of 2021. I've been super successful with this. I have been hanging out with people consistently. I have been posting videos once a week now. I do twice a week because I play my Sims, because again, I'm a gamer. I play my Sims in Grand Theft Auto. But the other thing that I wanted to focus on in 2022 is working, because again, with the Disney College program, I hadn't really had any customer service based work experience. So from February up until now, I actually just left the job, I had 3 jobs. Yeah, I love being productive so much, and if I was sitting still, I think it would drive me insane. Not to be Debbie Ryan in that one interview.
It scares me to be still. It's terrifying, yeah.
Another big part of January is that's when a lot of my college applications were due. So I was spending a lot of time and I had all this passion to just pour out college application. Let's apply here, let's research this. And I'm so happy I did that because now I can leave, I can go. Not much happened up until March and April when I started to find out what schools accepted me, what they liked, and really happy to report that I got into a school that I wanted to go to. I'm gonna go there in the fall. I'm going to SCAD. I made a video about that too. You can check it out to know a little bit more about the specifics of my college application journey. Once I got all my letters back and was able to commit to a school, I just felt really relieved, and I was like, finally I have a plan. And I got in, like, this plan is for sure going to happen. I hadn't felt embarrassed for a while, but any sense of embarrassment that I had is long, long gone. Not that you should feel embarrassed if you don't know what you want to do or you don't want to go to school in general. I'm just speaking for myself. Again, I want to go to school, I wanted to go to college, I wanted to do the Disney College program, and it just didn't work out for me at first. But now things are working out, and I'm proud of myself. I'm so happy, truthfully. And even though in the fall, I'm not going right into the Disney College program, I still want to do it at some point. And by working in retail like I have been for the past couple of months, getting the experience of dealing with all kinds of people, sweet customers, rude customers, customers that know exactly what they want, customers that have no idea. I feel a lot better talking to people and talking to strangers and to just be a good employee. And I'm excited to one day, hopefully, make the transition from employee to cast member. Also, because I've been working 3 jobs, I have saved up a lot of money for college, which is awesome. And now it's summertime. All of my younger friends, they're on summer vacation. I can see them again. All of my friends who went to school or who were going to school when I was in school, like college, you know, they're back in town. I can see these people, and I'm back where I was last year, right before I started all of this gap year stuff. With COVID starting, I have been in this weird limbo where time has stood still, not much has changed. Well, I have changed, but my world around me hasn't changed very much. I think moving across the country is really going to do me some good, and I'm so excited to meet new people to be friends with and be good friends with, not any weird, petty, fake friends. I can't deal with that anymore. If you are one of the people that are thinking of taking a gap year, I hope you can kind of get a sense of how I felt and apply that to who you are as a person. I think the best way to go about your gap year is to do something that, one, is going to make you happy, because if you're not happy during this year, you're going to hate it, trust me. And second of all, with this time that you have, use it to plan for your next steps. Whether you are going to college, whether you are getting a job, whether you're going to the military, a really long internship, moving to France, anything. Because in order to achieve your success, you are going to have to put the work in. Overall, this year has been so weird and unexpected. I never thought things would pan out like this. I'm so happy it happened because it taught me so many lessons about so many different things. I would not be who I am in this moment if I did not go through this year. If I had gone high school to college, bada bing, bada boom, no. This has been a year for me to be selfish in all the right ways. I'm happy with myself, I'm proud of myself, and I'm excited to leave. If you watch this whole video, thank you so much. Be sure to subscribe so you can watch other videos that I make in the future, because again, I've been very consistent with posting videos this year. I'm very happy with that, and I will see you all next time when I am not having a little sit-down chat with all of you, and we'll talk about something a little bit more lighthearted next time, I promise. But as always, from the bottom of my heart, I hope that all of you have a magical day.